Alrighty, folks, so I watched the new Superman, and I have many, many thoughts. This video is sponsored by our friends over at ExpressVPN. You know, I went with my wife. My wife and I always have an interesting time watching movies together because when I go, I'm very analytical about what I think of the movie. My wife sort of gets an overall gestalt, and it's mostly like, that was fun. And so my wife's review was, that was fun. And I think most people who come away from the movie will probably do the that was fun thing. And that seems to be what the people are saying. People are generally liking the movie. They think it's fun. They think it's kind of a kick. David Corenswet is charming. He has good physical presence. I didn't mind him as Superman at all. Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane was fine. I thought she was great. I thought both of them had good chemistry. I thought all of that was fine. And then there is the analysis. So my overall review of Superman is super meh. It's meh. Okay, so all the people who are getting super exercised over the politics, and we'll get to the politics a little bit later on. I think that they are overestimating how much politics is in this. I think they're deliberately misinterpreting some of the politics that are in there. This is not a movie about illegal immigration. It's not a movie about ICE, Russia, Ukraine, Israel, the Palestinians. There may be references there if you have politics on the brain, but other than that, I really don't think that there's that much of this there. That is not my overall problem with the movie. My overall problem with the movie is that you are taking the most iconic American IP of all time, Superman, which is to be treated with a certain level of respect. That doesn't mean it has to be, grand mythology the way that Zack Snyder wants to do. Like, my standard for Superman is not Man of Steel. My standard for Superman movies is 1978 Richard Donner, the best version of Superman. It just is. Overall, here is my problem. James Gunn is the wrong director, writer, creator for this thing.
I saw Chewbacca on the cover of People magazine. I was like, oh my God.
He's just wrong for it. It's Guardians of the Galaxy with Superman in it. And so that means it's all kind of a mess. It's an overstuffed movie in every way. It's visually overstuffed. In terms of plot, the plot holes are big enough to drive a truck through them. There are character problems. And all of it is just kind of wrapped around this gauzy, fast-paced, jokey tone that doesn't mesh with Superman as central part of Americana to me. James Gunn's sensibility is always to be subversive. That is what he does. He does subversive in Guardians of the Galaxy, right? He takes a comic book movie and he turns it into sort of a potty-mouthed sitcom.
Don't drink fountain water, you idiot. That's disgusting.
And he does the same thing with Suicide Squad. He takes that same sensibility, and now he's doing that with Superman.
Superman robots, I thought I told you to keep an eye on him.
We feed the canine, but he is unruly. And he realizes we are not flesh and blood and couldn't, in our heart of hearts, care less whether he lives or dies.
And I get that after the interpretation of the Snyderverse is over-serious, he's reversing himself into completely the opposite direction. But what that means is that he's constantly subverting.
Doing important stuff.
He's not very super. He is not the Man of Steel. He is not invulnerable. He's locked up in a prison with a character who's making kryptonite out of his hands.
Sorry, what?
He is constantly in victim mode. Like Green Lantern has much more success in this movie. Mr. Terrific has much more success in this movie than Superman. Superman's parents from Krypton, if you're going to go through the mythology, send him to Earth so that he can be a moral guide for people on Earth using his great powers to stop evil from happening to them. In this movie, his parents from Krypton send him there. This is the big revelation of the movie. His parents send him there to dominate the life on Earth as an alien invasion, essentially, and to create a harem of Earth women to have his many babies.
Well, sign me up.
So immediately you're taking the expectation of what you know about his Krypton parents and flipping it on its head. His parents, Ma and Pa Kent, in the original, they are noble and they are wise. They're kind of salt of the earth. Here, they're basically kind of, I don't know, like down home types who don't seem to, they live in a kind of a crappy house. They're the kind of people who call the TV the box. They're the kind of folks who are sitting around. They're purposely cast as ugly and non-noble. It doesn't mean everything they say is bad. It isn't. But, and by the way, both of them are alive in this, right? The original Superman mythos is that Pa Kent dies, and that's what sends Superman on his journey. Anyway, Krypto, the super dog, is a terrible dog, is a dog that does not, like an idiot dog. Like way worse than my dog Happy. My dog Happy, way better than this dog, and my dog makes trouble. This dog is a mess. Supergirl, who you get introduced to for a hot second at the very end, Supergirl is a drunken teenage brat. Right, like anything that you think you know about the Superman universe, James Gunn is determined to debunk in the first half hour of the film. I think that it's a betrayal of the original IP and mildly upsetting. Not like hugely upsetting, but mildly upsetting. That is my critique of James Gunn. He is not the right person for this film because James Gunn is not capable of delving, he's just not. He's not capable of delving into a single character and examining his motivations and what's interesting about that character. He can't do it with Superman. He can't do it with Lois. He can't do it with Lex. Instead, he decides he's just going to toss everything into the stew. And so you end up with this sort of ADHD film where a bunch of things are going on at the same time, but you never get a good, interesting perspective on anybody who's in the film. So Green Lantern is there, and he's kind of just a schmuck, and he's there as comic relief. And then you have Mr. Terrific, who's the actual hero of the film, who you learn nothing about other than he's just kind of a noble do-gooder fellow. And you have all these superheroes who are wandering around. You never get any information about them that makes them interesting or sympathetic or even particularly cool. But you don't know the motivations of any of the villains except for Lex, who it turns out is just really kind of jealous of Superman because Superman has superpowers, and Lex is like, I'm really smart, and Superman is really strong, so why do people like Superman more than they like me? Which is a pretty boring motivation, to be frank. So the characters are complete pastiches. They're just cardboard cutouts. Even the moments that are supposed to hit don't hit because there's so much going on in the background because James Gunn cannot control his ADHD. He just cannot.
Elon Musk versus Ben Shapiro. Two beautiful minds, but who is the winner? Today, we find out. Elon Musk, a modern-day Marvel hero, this intrepid engineer with an IQ of 155 is out to transform the world with technology and with his ability to innovate. But how does he stand up next to Ben Shapiro, the fast-talking debate wizard, ready to take on the world, winning every debate that comes his way decisively? Who is smarter? We are going to pit these two men together, Ben Shapiro and Elon Musk, in everyday activities to find out who is the smartest. The ChatGPT algorithm will choose each winner. The first competition between Musk and Shapiro, arm wrestling. What do you think? According to ChatGPT, this is no competition because of torque and muscle mass of Elon Musk, who is 6'1" and broader, heftier. Ben Shapiro is smaller at 5'9" and slim. ChatGPT calls it no contest, with Elon Musk as the winner of arm wrestling over Ben Shapiro. Next competition, 1v1 basketball. Imagine Shapiro with his quick reflexes, discipline, and competitive spirit, and according to the algorithm, a trash talker who could perhaps even do better than Reggie Miller. But all of that is not enough to beat Elon Musk, who has the size advantage, determination, and mental strategy. Because of this, the algorithm picks Elon Musk as the winner of 1v1 basketball. Who wins ping pong? The algorithm says the strengths for Elon Musk are hand-eye coordination, competitive spirit, and stamina. Weaknesses, unpredictable, lack of practice. Shapiro's strengths of quick reflexes, competitive nature, and focus. The algorithm picks Ben Shapiro for speed and focus. Way to go, Ben. Next, guitar. Who learns to play the guitar quickest? This was easy for the algorithm. Ben Shapiro is a virtuoso violinist, an excellent musician. It's no contest. He'll be playing Beethoven before Elon Musk learns to play a C chord on the guitar. Ben Shapiro, winner of guitar. The Lego competition. Who builds the most epic Lego construction? Again, this is a no-brainer. The algorithm picks Elon Musk for his ability as an engineer to design almost anything he puts his mind to. Winner of Legos, Elon Musk by a mile. Who wins a presidential debate between Shapiro and Musk? This again is easy with Ben Shapiro's confrontational style, polished debate ability, airtight logic, on his toes at every moment, the consummate debater. Elon Musk, great reasoning, less polished in debating. The algorithm picks Ben Shapiro winning the presidential debate. Boxing. Once again, the algorithm picks Elon Musk for size, strength, and leverage. However, Ben Shapiro, fast, nimble, and strategic, could have a chance. The algorithm, however, goes with Elon Musk as the boxing champion. Next up is bowling. The algorithm favors Elon Musk due to his ability, like launching the Falcon 9, to calculate spin, force, and trajectory with the physics of bowling, gives him an upper edge. However, don't rule out Ben Shapiro's feisty spirit. The algorithm goes for bowling with Elon Musk. Who wins at Wordle? This was a very close one by the algorithm. Ben Shapiro's rapid processing, linguistic skills, and methodological way of thinking puts him slightly ahead of Elon Musk, who is able to identify patterns. Wordle is won by the walking dictionary, Ben Shapiro. Rapping. Who wins in a rapping contest? ChatGPT picks Ben Shapiro over Elon Musk. Ben Shapiro has already written a successful rap which he performed and received excellent reviews. They both love the stage, but at the end of the day, it is Eminem and Lecrae's favorite, rapping champion Shapiro. And who's the better dancer according to the algorithm? ChatGPT gives Elon Musk hands down the award for best dancer as he performs many impromptu dances, whether it be with a chainsaw in his hand or a mic. Elon Musk, the better dancer by far. Who wins if attacked by a ferocious lion? The South African or the American Ben Shapiro? The algorithm picks Elon Musk for his ability to use distractions as an engineer mind to outwit the lion. However, the algorithm rightly pointed out, ultimately, the lion wins. Jeopardy! Now here's a really fun one. With Ben Shapiro's ridiculously fast processing, massive trivia brain, walking encyclopedia, laser focus and training, he is chosen by ChatGPT as the definite favorite. I wonder who Alex Trebek would pick. Jeopardy goes to Ben Shapiro. Bull riding, who would you pick? Comment below. The algorithm goes with Ben Shapiro by a slim margin, due to his focus, discipline, quick reflexes, and stature. However, it pointed out that Elon Musk could invent a bull riding exoskeleton one day and maybe tie it up. Ben Shapiro, winner of bull riding. Drum roll, please. Now this is the one we've all been waiting for, chess. What do you think? I know what I thought ahead of time. Listen to what the algorithm says. The strategic mind of Elon Musk playing games, engineering, but no chess background put him at a disadvantage to the analytical, super smart, quick thinking Ben Shapiro, who they crowned with the chess championship. Ben Shapiro. Hats off to both of these amazing geniuses, and thank you for joining us on this journey. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more fun and inspirational content.
Some friends I love.